Boy, what a direct.
You get like 2 announcements that you liked, and you call that a great direct. It wasn't bad, I don't think. So welcome to our discussion of the direct that happened a year and a half, a little less than a year and a half after the last one, which was in September of 2019.
And it started with a Smash reveal. Now, what did I think of the Smash reveal? Well, let me tell you. I don't care about Xenoblade.
Now let me tell you what I think, because I actually like Xenoblade, and I'm fine with it, because the only other character we have is Shulk. So, more Xenoblade representation is cool. I thought it was actually going to be Rex, but having just Pyra and Mythra is actually pretty cool. I like how they have like the Sheik dynamic, Zelda Sheik dynamic.
Yeah, Caden was like, oh wow, they can switch off, how unique. And I'm like, Pokemon trainer.
I didn't say unique. I said it was cool that I thought that Mythra and Pyra were going to be like different costumes. So yeah, that was the first thing they started off with, which was pretty cool. I don't remember. Did you remember when the release date for it was? Oh, it's next month.
Yeah, like sometime in March.
So they're coming out next month. And then next we have the announcement of Fall Guys on the Switch, which is not surprising at all.
I thought it was already on the Switch.
Nathan turned to me in the middle of the trailer and was like, "Wait, isn't this already on Switch?" And I was like, "No, it's not." But I could see how you could make that mistake.
I gotta be honest though, I don't like Fall Guys. Not because it's a bad game, but because playing it just stresses me out a lot.
You're just a baby boy if it stresses you out. So yeah, that's coming to Switch. I've already played my fair share of Fall Guys, and I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna get it on Switch. I think honestly that Among Us kind of took it over, and it will continue to take it over.
Yeah, Among Us really just kind of stomped on Fall Guys.
I feel really bad too for the creators of Fall Guys, but I mean it's still getting some people are still playing it.
I also feel really good for the creators of Among Us.
Anyway, so next we have 2 investigation games called Famicom Detective Club, and they reminded me of the Phoenix Wright games where you played as Edgeworth on the DS, and it was just like the investigation parts of Phoenix Wright, but an entire game.
They didn't remind me of anything because I wasn't paying attention.
They look cool, I guess. Anyway, next we have Monster Hunter Rise. I don't know if Nathan will ever try it out.
It looked fine.
I mean, if you like Monster Hunter, then good. Then you already know what you're going into. I'm thinking about trying it out. Either this one or World. I want to try out because I want to try Monster Hunter. I've never tried Monster Hunter like for real. So yeah, I hope that it's good, because if it's good, then I'll probably get it eventually. And see what the hype around Monster Hunter is. Next we have Mario Golf Super Rush.
Yeah, this game was like, use Mario power-ups to speed through the golf course in speed golf. And I'm like, why?
I thought it looked pretty fun, but I also liked some of the Mario sports games. I don't know if Nathan's ever played any of them. But
does Mario Kart count as a sports game?
Kinda, I guess.
Then yeah, I've played quite a few Mario sports games.
But some of the, like, Nathan, you know I don't like sports, but I like Mario sports. Mario sports are great. They're a lot of fun. Play Mario sports games, especially
like
some of the
Ultra
earlier
Smash.
ones. Not that one. Next we have No More Heroes 3, which is, they finally showed off gameplay because the guy Suda51, the guy who makes the games, has always been like super coy about showing gameplay. Like he'll always be like standing. There was one time where he was standing directly in front of the screen while talking about the game while gameplay was going on.
Was that intentional?
Yes, that was super intentional. He was like, "Yeah, the game's going along smoothly. It's going to come out in 2021, and that's all I'm going to tell you about it." But we finally got a release date for August 21st.
Yeah, I got...
August something, I think it was 17th.
I got the original No More Heroes, and I played, like, the beginning where you assassinate the first guy. It was pretty good. I need to go back to it at some point.
Yeah, now that the third one's coming up, I'm gonna actually have to start playing through them too. So, yeah, I'm glad to finally have an excuse to play them. Next was DC Supergirls, and we can skip over that. So next we have Miitopia, which is pretty cool. That was a 3DS game originally, and it's like you go on like a goofy little medieval adventure with your Mii characters, and random goofiness happens, and you can make your own villain, and you can make Hitler your partner. Your party member if you want.
I mean, we all knew someone was gonna do it. Also Sans.
Hitler and Sans on the same team going on an adventure.
Or as enemies fighting each other.
The ultimate battle of the universe. That was my phone. So next we have...
Next they announced 3D Mario Maker.
They have Nintendo items, or Mario items in Animal Crossing, and that's pretty cool.
We all know that's what people are going to do, though. They're going to make 3D Mario levels.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you could really do that. I don't know. You can't jump in Animal Crossing. Unless it's over, like, small gaps. Next was a game that neither me nor Nathan cared about at all, and they went on for way too long about for just being announced now. It's it's in the art style of Octopath Traveler,
and it has a really stupid name.
Yeah. Triangle Strategy. That was pretty stupid. And they spent like way too even like for the announcements we'll get to later, and the announcements before it, even they spent less time on Mario Golf, which they spent like a few minutes talking about. They spent like 10 minutes talking about Triangle Strategy.
They spent like it was probably at least the same amount of time or even more as the Smash reveal.
Yeah. It was just like it was really stupid, and they spent way too much time on it, honestly. Like, I don't know, like, it's Fire Emblem, but not Fire Emblem. That's cool. They were like, look at all these neat features, and I'm like, those features were all in 3 houses anyway, so, like, who cares? That game already exists.
There was Star Wars Hunters, which they didn't show any gameplay for, but it might be cool, I guess.
It's a shooter. So, yeah. Anyway, next after Star Wars was the DLC for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which I thought was inevitable. I was like, yeah, this is definitely getting DLC because that's how all the Warriors games are, and that's how Hyrule Warriors was.
I didn't really think about it.
But it's only $20, which is cool.
And it's going to have more fighters. I haven't even unlocked the fighters in the game, and I'm already like, who else are they going to add? So, who else are they going to add again?
Well, here they're going to add Robbie and, what's her name? The other scientist. Yeah. Pura.
But, like...
At least.
What are they going to do?
I don't know, Nathan. They'll have like, some cool moves. I don't know. We'll see.
They already used, like, we used the Sheikah Slate for things on Zelda.
Well, so. They're usually good at coming up with cool movesets for people, so we'll see about that. And they're also going to add more characters after those two, apparently. after reading the update notes.
And like more missions and stuff.
Yeah, that trailer was really fast paced, by the way. Like as I was reading the first wave of DLC, it's just started fading away, and I was like, well,
those bullet points were like up there for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So we had to go back and like, okay, what does this actually say?
After that was my favorite announcement personally.
Really? That was your favorite announcement?
Yes, it was my favorite announcement. And I'll tell you why. Because I love Skyward Sword. And Skyward Sword needs some fixing. Skyward Sword is good, but Skyward Sword is not great. But I love it. And having an HD re-release of it makes me excited. The fact that I can bring it anywhere I want. Nintendo, I'm gonna... If you don't release Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD on the Switch soon, I will come to your house and blow it up. This is a threat.
Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword and Ganon's Fury.
But I don't know, the way they were controlling it was like made me like, yeah, that's exactly how I thought I was going to control in portable mode. You just use the right stick for the sword. Because I was like, there's no other way you can do that.
And then Caden's also way too excited for mediocre Zelda Joy-Cons.
Dude, those Joy-Cons are badass. I don't even care. I'm more excited about the Joy-Cons than Skyward Sword, honestly. I want Zelda Joy-Cons. And I finally get Zelda Joy-Cons. And you know what? I can wait till July. I'm fine with it. That just means... Because I thought Skyward Sword was going to release in like May or something. It's releasing in July, which means that we're probably not getting Breath of the Wild 2 this year. We're probably getting it next year. They did confirm, however, that we're getting more information on Breath of the Wild 2 this year, which is not surprising.
And you bet we'll make another video talking about it when that comes around.
Oh boy, you betcha. It's the one Zelda game that Nathan actually cares about. Okay, so...
'Cause it's good.
It is good. So...
I want to talk. I want to take.
Yeah,
this
we have one more thing to talk about, which you all.
So this was my favorite announcement. Something I was not expecting at all. Splatoon 3. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this trailer. They're in the desert for some reason. There's a new bow and arrow weapon. The Eiffel Tower was upside down for some reason, so I guess we're in desert France.
Well, it is a post-apocalyptic world.
That
shouldn't be too surprising.
There's
think about it.
You like fly into matches now, and there was a crab, which I don't know what the crab was about, but it's there. I remember seeing like people talk about Splatoon 3, and they're like, "Oh, Nintendo said they're not doing it for a long time," so I was not expecting this, and. There's a lot new here.
Did you say something about they're not, like you were like 100% like they weren't going to make a Splatoon 3? Didn't you say that earlier today before we started?
No.
Oh. What were you saying that about?
I don't know.
You were like, oh yeah, they're definitely... Oh, that was the third Fighter's Pass, right? I don't know. They'll probably do it later.
They said they weren't going to do the third Fighter's Pass.
You never know, Nathan. Smash makes so much money.
Sakurai needs a vacation. Let the poor man rest.
So yeah, that I will say when the trailer started up, I was confused for a second, and then like I saw the inkling, and I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like another Splatoon DLC expansion. Like
No, I said that. You said it was gonna be Splatoon 3.
Oh yeah. Well, I only thought. Well, at first my mind thought, "Oh, Splatoon DLC," but then I saw the character creation come up, and I was like, "No, this is Splatoon 3."
I thought it was gonna be a Smash reveal at first.
Yeah, as soon as I saw no gameplay footage, internally I was like, "Oh, it's a Smash," and then I was like, "Wait, no," but they said a new game, not. Please take a look at this. They're like, "Look at this new game," and so it was. I'm excited for it. Like, I'm not as big a Splatoon guy as Nathan is, not even close. But I enjoy Splatoon from time to time, and I might start playing this one more, honestly. I'm really excited for Splatoon 3, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Also, I'm probably the only one who's going to say this, but I can't wait to see what the story mode is going to be. Like, the end of Octo Expansion had a lot of interesting lore and stuff. So, I kind of want them to, like, take a deep dive into lore and, like, have an interesting story for this game. Because, like, the main story for Splatoon 2 was kind of just a lame rehash of the first game.
Yeah, I think that the Octo expansion was actually the real story mode for Splatoon 2.
It was a lot harder, too.
Yeah.
That girl power mission is the worst.
Honestly. And I like how they, like they say Splatoon is a post-apocalyptic world, but it really doesn't feel like that until you see the Statue of Liberty at the end of the Octo expansion rise up.
Yeah, that's also another interesting question. You do not simply turn the Eiffel Tower upside down. What did that?
I I may not be a big Splatoon guy, but I actually really am fascinated by the lore of it because it's so much darker than than how Splatoon actually is.
Well, it's also really funny to be like, hey, look at this, like, colorful paintball squid people antics. This is post-apocalyptic.
I like how they're leaning more into that. For this one, I'm excited. Also, the new hub world looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked like it might be bigger, like a lot bigger.
Yeah,
than the normal Inkopolis squares.
Like Splatoon 2 was more like if you think about it, it's more of like a Splatoon 1.5. Like they have the same kind of story. They have a few new weapons added and a new multiplayer mode. And then they added that cool DLC later. But Splatoon 3 looks like it's going to be like a real sequel. Like they're going to change quite a bit about it. Wouldn't you agree, Nathan?
Yeah. Too bad I have to wait till next year.
Better than Metroid Prime 4 right now. But, I mean, there were some pretty good announcements today, I think. Towards the end in No More Heroes 3. And I personally like the Smash reveal.
Oh yeah, we forgot one. The multiplayer dodgeball game.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even on Nintendo's YouTube channel. That's why I forgot about it. I was just looking through their YouTube channel.
That looked really fun, actually. A multiplayer shooter, but it's dodgeball. That's gonna be a fun one.
I'm really surprised that they'd never talked about Crash 4 though. I thought they would have brought it up since it's coming to Switch next month.
Yeah. I guess they don't really need to. The game's been out for a long time, so people
they could have still
already know what to expect.
Yeah, but they brought up 3D World, and that game is already out.
Well, that's their game.
I don't know.
It's not a third-party game.
I guess it was just surprising to me that they didn't talk about it at all. Not even in the little highlight reel at the end. Was there anything in the highlight reel that needed attention?
No.
There was Bravely Default 2, which I think looks cool, but Nathan sees it as a turn-based RPG, so it's automatically bad for him.
I mean, hey, I can't change the facts.
You'll see. You'll change your mind when we play Persona 5 eventually.
But yeah, this was a pretty good direct. Could have been better, and by that I mean could have had Shantae in Smash.
I mean, I think you, I don't know. I think the Splatoon thing really changed your mind about the direct at the last second.
Like, in a direct, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff you don't care about.
That's true.
But you really need, that. You just need that one exciting announcement to really make a direct.
That's true.
And, a couple, pretty cool things like Dodgeball Game and No More Heroes.
Yeah, that's true. I think I share your sentiment in that, it was a good direct, but it could have been better. But that's all the directs, though, if you think about it.
E3 2019 direct, there was nothing I cared about in there until the very end when it was Breath of the Wild 2, and I was like, yes!
No, I remember when we watched it together, you were just like, "Why are you excited, kid?" And that's not very surprising. You said that to me. But Breath of the Wild 2 is probably coming out next year. And it'll probably be in the next
Or
direct.
best case scenario, holiday this year. Please. Please.
The Skyward Sword is coming out in July, so
Skyward Sword is a heaping pile of trash compared to Breath of the Wild.
you've never even played it.
It's not as good. Is it as good as Breath of the Wild, Caden?
Well, not in my opinion.
So yeah, it's a heaping pile of garbage compared to Breath of the Wild.
That's no. Anyway, we'll.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying when you compare it to something as good as Breath of the Wild, it looks like a heaping pile of garbage.
Well, whatever. Well, I guess that's the end of this discussion. So we'll see you guys. Oh wait, before I do that, let's tell me what you guys think about what you think they thought about the direct in the comments. I'm curious as to what everyone else thought of the direct.
Are you excited to shoot ink bow?
Are you excited to swing your sword from side to side? It's time to go do the
Mario?
no. Not Mario. I'm trying to think of a character in Zelda that rhymes with go. I'm sure there's one.
Just end the video, Caden.